The 4.3 update is here, and so are the patch notes. My video I made the other day barely scratched the surface with all the changes that have come in this update. Luckily for you, I'm here to go over everything from this update in detail, so let's go ahead and jump right in. First and foremost, we have a brand new UI for the main menu, as you can see here. They added the ability to find matches based on what you're looking for. This is combined with server owners now being able to add tags to their servers when someone goes to find a match. For veteran players like myself, this probably isn't a feature you'll use since most of you probably already have a bunch of servers favorited that you like to play on a regular basis like I do. They did add a favorites tab and a recents tab, which is perfect for those of us in that type of situation. This new Find Match edition will likely be much better for newer players in order to filter matches and jump in a lot quicker. This should hopefully create a lower barrier to entry for new players. Next up is the real meat of this update, and that's the major facelift and changes to the irregular militia. The first thing you'll notice is the brand new paint jobs on the militia vehicles. They're getting a darker, more realistic camo pattern that may actually serve to be functional in game just as much as it is a cosmetic change. They are also getting a brand new flag as well. Then we also have the armored techies that were added as well as the armored Urals. None of these are really anything groundbreaking to look at if you've played with any of the armored techies that the insurgents have. The Urals are pretty nice in that they should provide some survivability if you get ambushed. The other addition that I noticed when I was in Jensen's was an open top Tiger, but it wasn't mentioned in the patch notes, and I'll have to wait to see if I can actually find this in game. Of course, now we have the vehicle we've all been waiting for. The BM-21 Grad is here. This puppy is a beast. It can fire all 40 of its rockets off in around 22 seconds. It is definitely an ammo hog since it's going to take about 2,000 ammo points to reload, which also means it's definitely going to be a while for this thing gets back into the action after it fires off. It can fire off at targets less than 900 meters away, but there's not really a good way to do this accurately without a lot of guessing. I was able to fire off between like 500 and 600 meters away, but again, this will require guesswork since you're only actually ranged between 900 and 1500. So we're going to have to play around with that to really figure out how accurate we can be less than 900 meters. Then we also have the ZIS-3 field gun as well that can fire up to 2100 meters away. It also has like 120 to 140 degrees back and forth that I can see in front of it. It has a fairly quick fire rate overall, but it's going to struggle against tanks since it only has 120 millimeters of penetration on its heat round. Anything else should be fair game to get knocked out by this thing. Of course, your gunner will be exposed the entire time, so this thing's definitely going to have to be a little bit careful and be well positioned. I talked about the new infiltrator and ambusher kits that were added in my first video on this update, but they've added more than just that. They've also added a new lat kit which comes with a FAL that can fire up to 5 heat grenades off of it. These, along with the frag grenades of the ambusher kit, can only be aimed accurately up to 80 meters, which means this lat kit has to be awfully close to enemy vehicles when they go to attack. I'm not 100% sure how much damage they'll do to vehicles since Jensen's range is kind of bugged, but my guess is it's similar to the RPG, with it being a bit less and probably having less penetration overall. The ambusher and infiltrator also get anti-tank grenades, which apparently can't cause module damage to tracks, engines, and ammo racks, which they'll hopefully be resolved by OWI at some point in the future. Finally, there is a rifleman kit that gets a FAL as well now. I also played around with the new fortifications, and there's quite a few of them. Some of them are now using dirt-filled ammo crates that you can see here, as well as hedgehogs that vehicles can't navigate past or go over top of. These may end up being quite the nuisance for armor since somebody's going to have to get out and clear them to get past some of these roads, especially at choke points. We also have the new hull down position. Now this is going to be great for things like the T-62 because the only thing that's really vulnerable while it's in the position is the turret unless the enemy gets behind you. So this will probably help out with survivability of those poor things because everybody knows they suck. We also have the new camo nets, which aren't really that effective as you can see here in the open desert, but in woodlands these will likely be a lot better at concealing things. Another big change is also going to be these new unique reload animations for the AK series guns. The first is a tactical reload, so when there's a round still in the chamber, the old mag is swapped with a mag that's already in your hand. And if the chamber is empty, you'll perform what's called an Iraqi reload, where you'll hold the bolt open with one hand and place a new mag in with the other. Both are supposed to be quicker than the standard reloads and should help with the fire rate for the militia. Something that's going to be good to note for our armor guys out there is a major change for the BM-21 and also the SPG-9. They're having their min-arm distance reduced from 35 meters to 6 meters. So the BM-21 is definitely going to be a lot more deadly and be a lot better off in close quarters. Some other miscellaneous changes include some more visual improvements to the U.S. Army models, no more ticket bleed on RAS, and also no more ticket loss when you lose a flag on RAS, Advanced and Secure, and Skirmish as well. So that's going to be kind of interesting how that changes those game modes. The link to the complete patch notes will be in the description below. Let me know in the comments what you all think of the changes that have come with this update. Militia definitely got a much needed facelift that will hopefully make them more competitive. I think this update has a lot of positive changes and certainly beats the emotes that we got in 4.2 as far as gameplay. I mean, at least we're actually getting something that's tangible. Just be sure to like the video if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the battlefield.